this astrology journey that I've been on with, Western astrology was the beginning of this journey, but then also moving into different realms within astrology. It's led me down different paths of Gnosis, from the Mayan calendar system to shamanism, to evolutionary astrology, to working with plant medicines and psychedelics, right? So these are all integrative approaches to getting into different states of consciousness, realms within realms, if you will, and realms within you, within your own systems. And again, because we've been a culture of amnesia per Graham Hancock, and I really love following his work as a writer and just going back to doing his own research into the history of humankind. And in his own studies and putting his theories out there, he's got a series on Netflix. You guys can check him out. I think it's called Lost Civilizations. But I've been familiar with Graham Hancock since, 2017, 2016, when I first saw him on Joe Rogan podcast. And so I've found a lot of resonance with this being in the fact that he keeps sharing with us that what we've been taught about our cultures, about our peoples, about how we lived on this planet has been completely misconstrued or misconstructed or constructed in a way that's only giving certain beings in power, right? Keeping us sort of dumbed down, if you will, when we're starting to clearly see that these technologies that are in the forms of pyramids or in the forms of these giant monolithic structures that we know now have energy, that we have the technology to be able to read the meters of energy in these specific ley lines, these structures, these ancient sites that have held energy, that have held these technologies. And so the past really was our future in so many ways. Our ancestors knew how to do and work with certain energy forms and structures way more advanced than we have access to now. So our understanding of time and our relationship to time, technology, our past, who we are, the technology that resides within us, this is very Uranus and Taurus, right? This is all coming up to the forefront to be looked at and to be brought to the center of our consciousness right now, especially while we have Mercury, the mind. How we think is in Scorpio. It's very deep. It wants to go deep and penetrative, right? It wants to discover mysteries. Scorpio is all about the mysteries. And then we've got Venus right now in Sagittarius, which is all about higher learning, higher knowledge, ancient wisdom. Think of Sagittarius, the archetype of Sagittarius is very much like Indiana Jones, right? And the archaeologist that explores and goes deep to ancient structures, ancient sites that have been very mysterious or unknown up until this now, Scorpio, that's being brought to light through this Plutonian energy of Capricorn. Capricorn is literally physical foundations, old structures. So Pluto is coming along and revealing, hey, these old structures actually hold technologies, Pluto going into Aquarius, that we've already held on this planet, that we've already worked with and already had relationships with and already had stories and constructs around these technologies. We just lost the stories, or the stories have been embedded through storytellers that have had told stories for an agenda, right? So any agenda writing and storytelling, that's all being revealed right now. Again, I'm trying to keep my language as neutral as possible, right? Carrying the neutral tones, as there's so much alchemy happening right now with this, again, Mercury, the mind, going into the alchemy of language, of spelling, of how we speak about our realities really will dictate and craft what comes into the physical realm. So just being very precise with the language, right? The spell casting. So coming up to this Mayan calendar system, I like to, I call it, following the golden thread of wisdom, because the truth has been embedded with the lie in this realm. And so it's following that golden thread. It's following the truth within myself and what that feels like. And then following the information or the data or the wisdom